Good morning. I'm Mark Allen with Gaper.io, and I'm here today with Tim Harvey, the co-founder and CEO of Owl Peaks Labs. I think I got that right. Is that right?
Close enough.
Feel close enough.
Alpic Labs, yes.
Owl Peak Labs. Okay, I wrote it down wrong. So how you doing this morning?
Doing well, Mark. Thanks for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us today. So to start with, can you share a brief background of yourself and your work experience?
Definitely. My name's Tim Harvey. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of Alpic Labs on a mission to revolutionize early stage diagnostic imaging. And my background, from Chicago, played collegiate athletics and then worked in finance and on Wall Street for about 10 years. And eventually made my way to Darden, the University of Virginia Graduate School, and met my co-founder, Dr. Tyson Bell. So Dr. Tyson Bell runs the medical ICU, and we had an opportunity to launch Alpeak Labs and try to make a difference in early stage detection of colorectal cancer. And pretty excited to be here.
Cool. So I have to ask, what college sport did you play?
I played football.
All right. Defensive back?
That is correct. I played safety.
All right. See, cool. At what school?
University of South Alabama.
Ooh, big time football.
A little bit. A little bit.
So, what has been your experience with remote employment, both as an employer and an employee?
Yeah, it's been interesting. I think the current circumstances lend themselves to creative solutions for at-home work. And Alpeak Labs as a company has, as we were just discussing before the podcast, understood the importance of having the best and talented people as part of our company. So we really made an effort to create impressive solutions and creative solutions to empower employees, whether they be remote or clinicians who are working in hospitals around the country and hopefully the world. So our goal was to provide not only solutions, but empower flexibility and yet attention to detail as we continue to develop our product and our company.
And what's been your experience dealing with these people from all over the world?
Yeah, it's been great. The amount of tools, whether they be software, conferencing abilities, and really sourcing talent has been empowering for us as a management team. Finding ways to bring in the best people and keep a high level of dialogue. We've made some adjustments and we have a standing meeting weekly to talk about ways we can improve lines of communication, attribution on projects, and dialogue between employees and verticals. Diagnostics is traditionally a complex environment. You're dealing with multiple verticals and people who aren't necessarily used to speaking to each other or speaking the same language. Mm-hmm. And whether that's software engineers, hardware engineers, clinicians, our finance team, and really building out the entire core with our HR and our mission. And that being said, creating, whether it's standing morning meetings, encouraging employees to get out, take time to themselves, and really empower them to not only create the best work for Alpeak Labs and invest in our company from both a time and a mission standpoint, and also grow themselves and tell them to step away from the computer. It's a good thing sometimes.
So this is interesting. What do you think is the future of remote employment? And I'm thinking especially in the clinical world, because I got to believe there's unique challenges in that world that remote poses.
Definitely. Yeah. We found as an early stage company and trying to be as diligent and proficient with our funding as possible, there are a plethora of impressive and really engaged companies that are working to come up with solutions throughout our value chain and creating partnerships with companies, whether they're established in the manufacturing who currently build out incredible software products, finding ways to leverage partnerships, other companies, talent in the space has been important to us. We focus a lot on building the company and mission internally and yet empowering those who do want to partner with us to buy into our vision and help us execute that. So for us, especially in the clinics, we do focus on a thorough understanding of the clinician's time. We feel as though that's not only important, but we're going to get the best work when they're not only engaged in their workflow, seeing patients and producing better outcomes for those patients. And then all of that intel can be brought back. So we have not only standing meetings, but good workflow process, utilizing tools like Slack and other channels to share not only information, but insights. And, in the clinic, it's real time. We're still learning, we're still understanding. It's the same with the iterations on our hardware products. The engineers and the fabrication teams get really excited about innovations, testing capabilities, some results. And so translating that and distributing it to the team is very important. And most of the time, and hopefully it continues, it's the excitement that we're trying to feed through the information pipelines and continue to keep everyone focused and yet, really driven towards our mission.
Yeah. So what exactly does Owl Peak Labs do? Who is your typical customer, and what is it you're trying to do to help people with this dreaded disease?
Definitely. Well, colorectal cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death in the U.S., and we're looking to be an integral part of the diagnostic chain as a screening modality and eventually as a diagnostic. So we're deploying a new technology that helps see precancerous and cancerous lesions and polyps inside your GI using a type of thermal imaging, far infrared. And through that, we're able to utilize two different modalities of imaging and create faster and better solutions for to be used in with our artificial intelligence models to really kick out better results that are patient focused and also physician focused, and freeing them up to treat the severe cases. 1 in 3 eligible to be screened are not. And therefore, as that screening populace continues to widen, we need to empower the roughly 10,000 GI clinicians in this country to really service that populace. And, last week, the screening age was lowered by 5 years, opening another 20 million patients to be screened for colorectal cancer at the age of 45 instead of 50. And again, that just shows the pressure it's going to not only put on the system, but really create new opportunities for companies like ours who can come up with creative solutions to not only screen the populace who's already getting screened, but really widen that up. And we see disadvantaged and communities of color not being screened appropriately. And that's a focus of ours. We're a very diverse company, and we try to reflect the population we are looking to serve. And so that for us has been a big challenge, and also a big opportunity to grow and become really a company that we're proud of, and we think can change a lot of this landscape.
Yeah. And so do you remove that? I mean, the typical colonoscopy takes basically the day before and the day of. So I assume you've reduced that time. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have 2 products we're very excited about. One's an attachment on the traditional colonoscope, and the second's actually a pill capsule that can be ingested at home. And we're really excited about that. It reduces a variety of patient-focused pain points and eliminates some of the hurdles to getting screened, especially in the lower risk categories. I think that's one of the main points of focus, and it's not only becoming an age problem, but we're seeing colorectal cancer come up even younger, 25 and 35. And Chadwick Boseman's just a great national example of someone who succumbed to a disease. And early detection is what we really champion as a solution. And that for us, and having that capability to remotely diagnose patients is very important.
So do you think this could someday be part of a standard physical?
We would hope so. Our goal is to, and that's our vision product, right, is to provide, direct to consumer adequate care, and understand that, regardless of place and time, you should be getting screened. We've seen the screening disparity only widen during this pandemic. And for us, my co-founder and I, Dr. Bell, it's extrapolated a lot of the disparities that not only existed, but it's highlighted really the challenges the system has at containing and providing adequate screening templates. So for us, being able to do it, not have to come into the hospital, it's a big part of what we're building.
And in order to take advantage of this, does the patient have to go to a clinic or a hospital that is subscribed to you? I would assume that, correct?
Yes, we're early in the phases of development, so we're still working through not only the building but the regulatory process. We're excited for all those challenges. Anytime you bring a new modality or technology to market, especially in the device space, it's challenging, and we're excited for that challenge. But we're looking forward to working to provide solutions to do it externally. Remote's important for us again. You know, for many, it's easy to take a day off of work and go screen and prep appropriately, but for the large majority of Americans, it's really not. And I think that extends to the world population as well. We were discussing, um, being 6 hours away from a hospital doesn't necessarily make it easy to get any type of screening test done. So you usually go when you're sick, and that's where that disadvantage to the system comes in, and the cost is disproportionately weighted towards those who are already sick instead of preventative care. So we're really excited to be part of the pendulum swing towards preventative care and to provide solutions that are patient centric.
Very good. So the current pandemic forced everybody to go remote on March 16th in California, I know. Did that cause any challenges that you weren't expecting? Because you're a fairly new company, right?
Yes, it has. It has in multiple ways. I think we were in the process of raising our seed round. We had just kind of started that iteration of the company. So it provided challenges for our dynamic team. We've got such a great core and extended team that not being able to show how excited we are to solve for a lot of the screening issues and really early detection in colorectal cancer. We're so excited about that, and not being able to travel around and speak face to face and take meetings has been interesting. I think it's elongated a variety of timelines, whether it be manufacturing, original equipment manufacturers, or our dev team and their meetings. It's elongated those timelines. For us, the workflow and our progress has not necessarily changed. I think it's been whether it's partnership timelines and or timelines we've seen with partners and getting into physical labs. I think that really posed a challenge. So for us, it was honing in on the central thesis, operating costs, understanding what it was going to take for us to not only survive, but thrive and really execute. We got lucky in having the structure in place to really have a high level of communication between our team members all across the U.S. And that was a benefit for us. So we've taken it in stride and hope to continue to lead in that area.
Well, Tim, I want to thank you for your time today. And as someone who's well into that over 45 age group, I do really wish you all the success in the world. And I will actually continue to watch your success, and hopefully I'll be able to take advantage of your product in the near future.
Awesome. Well, Mark, we really appreciate it. And we look forward to being in touch, and keep an eye on Alpeak Labs. Big things coming. So really excited to get the patients some solutions they need.
All right. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you.